Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Daybreak 2 and we are still at Trion Tower because we got a 4 SPG we need to solve before I want to head back to the Blacklight District and keep on investigating. So let's talk to Kaina and see what she could do to help us find the scammers of this 4 SPG.
One sec.
Good news, everyone.
This lady seems a little easier to approach than some of the other clerks. If you've got a moment, do you mind if we ask you a few questions? Swin's group told her about their investigation into heavily discounted tPhones. Cheap tPhones? Sorry, but I haven't heard anything about that. I've never really heard any of the other employees mention it either, so I doubt they'll know anything. We have a pretty good view of the area from the shop too, but I've never seen anybody put their flyers or anything like that. You don't say. Well, sounds like they're being extra careful so they don't get caught. Guess that means they're not amateurs. What about tPhones that don't work? Heard anything about that? Oh, I actually heard of that recently. That's a bit concerning. Would you care to elaborate? Well, I guess it's not really that big of a deal. For most people, the tPhone is their first mobile terminal. A lot of them can't figure out how to use them correctly or have trouble adjusting their settings. They'll come in and say it's broken. Most of the time they just need a little walkthrough on how to use it. Then they're on their way. Even if their tPhone was actually broken, we'd be able to repair it here in the store. I see. In that case, would you mind taking a look at this tPhone for us? Oh, of course. Let's have a look-see. What's going on with this thing? Did you find what's causing the problem? Well, this is actually the first time I've seen anything like this. The outer frame is the same as any other tPhone, but the insides are totally different. It's not a tPhone or a Xive at all, it's an Enigma. Looks like it had all its combat functions removed. All that's left are the communication functions. An Enigma? I haven't heard that name in a while. I remember them being pretty mainstream 5 or so years ago. How times have changed. Even if it does have communication functions, there's no doubt it'll be difficult for it to connect to today's Orwell network. And since it doesn't have the camera functionality, it's practically nothing to compare to an actual tPhone. Our client said something similar too, that this tPhone was a piece of junk. With the Enigma being such an outdated model, they're probably selling for cheap on the black market. So, these dressed up to look like tPhones and start selling them at a lower price. I don't think I quite understand what's going on, but it definitely sounds like bad news. I should probably go report this to my manager. Actually, sorry to ask this of you, but do you mind keeping this between us until we finish investigating? We can't really give you anything in exchange, but I promise we'll report back once we got everything straightened out. After that, you can tell anyone and everyone you want. Alright, I guess I don't mind. I'm a little familiar with how a spriggan works. You've been real kind to Lashkar too, so I think I can trust you guys. We really appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for being so understanding. Just give us a bit, then we'll be back for a full report, okay? Oh, of course. I'll leave you to it then. Okay, I think we've got all the info we need, so let's go and find a place to sort through the details. Aye, Captain. Phew, we did talk to a lot of people. What a productive day. Alright, why don't we pick this up tomorrow and go catch a movie? And let's throw work to the curb and get a little guilty pleasure in for once. You sure got an interesting sense of humor. Hey, your mouth says interesting, but your eyes say I'm not amused. That's enough goofing off, I think. We should start going over everything we've learned so far. To start, we know that the 2 men who were heading out flyers have been spotted between afternoon and evening. We also know that they were specifically targeting customers they saw expressing interest in tPhones. And then they would sweet talk them into purchasing a cheap tPhone as well as signing their contract. However, The phones themselves are fakes. They're just modified enigmas. There's also that boss lady the scammers are working under. We're probably going to have to make contact with her sooner or later. Yes, I agree, which raises the question of how we're supposed to do that. Well, I know we have one good option, but I'm a little reluctant to go down that route. I don't think there's any getting around it, As. Did you two have something in mind? I'm glad you asked. I recommend we deploy Nana and S Operation 18, ma'am, using a decoy to lure the perps out. I see. That would be a good way to probe them for answers. I don't mind doing it if we really have to, it's just... You know how rusty I am, so try to keep the premise from getting too elaborate, okay? Your request has been acknowledged. In fact, I already got a plan. Blade Lady, you'll be our backup, so I'll want you waiting in the wings not too far away. As for you, Az, maybe we should get you some new outfits from the shop over there. I'll put together a look that really brings out your eyes. Considering we don't know when the targets will arrive, I don't think we have time to waste shopping. Oh, Az, you're no fun. Should I really be letting them handle this on their own? After that, Swin's group found an appropriate place to wait for the two men to show up. Then after 10 minutes or so... Oh, I'm so happy. It's been far too long since you and I have been on a date, hasn't it? So, what are you going to buy for me today, darling? This is no time to be embarrassed, Swin. Right now, you just need to focus on getting our targets to believe we're a real couple. Well, since the company my father manages is doing so well, I think a little splurging can be arranged. He increased my allowance recently, so I figured, why shouldn't I buy something extra special for my honey bunny? Oh, that sounds so exciting. What are you thinking of getting me? Well, it's something that's been on my mind for a while, actually. Wouldn't it be nice if we could talk to each other anytime we wanted? That's why I'm buying us both tPhones. Yay! Oh, darling, you're the sweetest. I have more than a few concerns, but they seem to be doing okay so far. Welcome. Are you shopping for tPhones today? Yes, my girlfriend and I would like to buy a pair. Let's just have a look at the price tag here and... 20,000 mirror each? That's 40,000 mirror for both of us. I would use up every bit of my allowance. What? You mean you're not going to buy me a tPhone, darling? I was so excited about it too. I should have known better than to expect you to live up to your word. Wait, I'll promise I'll get you one, honest. Maybe I can pay in installments, is that an option? Why, of course, sir. Installments, like some kind of poor person? Oh, come on, darling. I thought you were cooler than that. How am I real fixed right now? I think they caught the bait. Hey, there's a young couple checking out the tPhone section. What are they like? Easy pickings is putting it lightly. They want to buy a set of tPhones, but it looks like they can't afford it. You want to start with them for the day? Aww, and I was so excited too. You break all your promises. I don't want to go on any more dates if you're just going to lie to me. Hey, I'm sorry, honey bunny. Please don't say things like that. I'll get some more allowance from my father the next time he's in a good mood, I swear. My, what a lovely couple you are. I think we might just have some info to share that you'll pique your interest. Well, that's very sudden. What kind of info? What's this? Cheap tPhones now on sale? They're all the rage? That's right, we're offering them on a highly discounted rate to specific customers only. While one of these incredible devices would normally cost you 20,000 mira, we could offer you the same product for a lowly 5,000 mira. 5,000 mira? No way, they have to be used or defective, right? No, not at all. They are genuine, brand new merchandise. However, there's a reason we're able to offer them so cheaply. We'd be happy to explain it to you over tea, if you'd like. So what do you say? But between us, our supply is limited and our inventory is running pretty low. I don't know if you'll get another chance like this. Oh, how lucky for us. Let's listen to what they have to say, darling. Yes, I suppose we should. Well, looks like they made contact. Keep it up, you two. Anyway, that's the long and short of it. Even though our source is a little in the grey area, it's all completely safe and above board. The only issue we've been having is trying to keep up with the demand. Personally, I think it'll be a real waste to let this opportunity slide. So, you interested? We really should buy them, darling. Like you said, there's a limited supply. Having to sign a contract does make me a little nervous though. Oh, don't worry, it's not your average contract with all their bells and whistles. The only thing you have to do is keep this all a secret. I can't blame they're this cheap and you still won't buy them. You're such a ruse. Fine, I made up my mind. We'll take 2 of them. Wait, actually, we'll take 4 more. We need them for my Honey Bunny's friends too. That's 6 in total. Are you serious? Of course I'm serious. That's 30,000 Mira and I insist on paying it in cash. Oh, you really are the best, darling. I love it when you get all spend happy. This is great. That'll make our quota for the day. Once we get the contract signed, let's head back and report this to the boss. Soon after, Swin signed the contract they provided and received 6 iPhone tPhones in return. Upon saying a quick farewell to the 2 men left, Quincy Poller. I'll go tail them. You do handle the rest as discussed. Right. Thanks, Elaine. Phew. Seemed like they bought it. I'm definitely out of practice. Well, I thought you were as good as you've ever been. You just need a bit more time in the field. Maybe another couple of days will fix you up, darling. Please, stop. I thought I was gonna keel over in embarrassment. Anyway, let's get to inspecting these tPhones. Couldn't you wait a little longer to switch into work mode? You're right though. We should be sure that these are the same scam tPhones that the client bought. If I remember correctly, the lady at the first store turned this part like this, and if the inside looks what we saw back then, we'll know these are Enigmas too. Well, looks like he was right. The client was telling the truth after all. Yeah, let's find Elaine and see if we can catch these guys. Swin and Naya left Quincy Parlor and reached out to Elaine. They let her know that the tPhones really were fakes made using Enigmas. Elaine explained that she was still in the process of trailing the 2 men. With a plan to meet up, Swin and Nadia boarded the subway and headed towards the Tyrell district. Well, I see you made it. The men are over there. They were whispering about meeting their quotas and going back to report to their boss. I was sure they'd be heading back to their hideout. Yeah, and sitting out in the open sure isn't much of a hideout. I guess that means we gotta keep following them. Please, don't tell me you're going to start complaining again. Well, we still got work to do, so you'll have plenty of time for the rest later. You two are so pushy. Well, they're on the move. Let's head after them. Not a follow but don't get caught mission? If you get too close to the target, they will notice you. Conversely, if the target strays too far away, their trail will be lost. Maintain a safe distance while keeping the targets in sight.
Embark embarked on a journey to reclaim what was rightfully ours. The saga of Ravana, the return of the king, now claimed.
It's quite a big view you have from here. All the way to the cinema.
A story of blood-stained Earth, and of how a young band of soldiers managed to survive for 100 days. Now playing.
I've got some delicious ice cream.
Come on, I can see them. Okay, so we can hide even if it's not in the designated area. Okay, I wonder if they're going underground.
So sleepy.
Alright, they're stopping.
This cutie has booty.
Earned 1 SP. Good. Those doors lead to the Tyrell District waterway. It looks like that's where they're headed. We'll probably get into some scuffle in there. I guess no mind pitching in to help. Alright, let's corner them before they have a chance to escape. And that's how we managed to hit today's quota early. So with that said, we've been working this area for several days now, right? Think maybe we should take the rest of the day off? Oh sure, why not? If you already hit your quota for the day, might as well pack it in, right? Magissa. That's the old lady from the Blacklight District, right? But you know what'll happen if you do, don't you? Well, what are you getting at? You're right. It is important I be more straightforward. You see, I have no shortage of others who are willing to put their nose to the grindstone for me. Oh, we're sorry, Bob. We weren't thinking. We know you run operations like this all over Zemuria. We've got nothing but respect for you. We'll keep our work past our quota, so please don't replace us. Is that so? Well, if you're passionate about it, then I suppose you better get back out there then, shouldn't you? Yes, of course. We'll be glad to, ma'am. Whatever you say, ma'am. Sounds like textbook labor exploitation to me. Hey, you're those love-struck smugs from earlier. You followed us? Yep, that's us. Love-struck smugs. Now, bow before our romantic chemistry. Oh, stop that. And would it kill you to deny the smugs bit? We're here on business from a client that you defrauded out of his mirror. What? Are you a spriggan or something? I'm surprised I don't recognize your faces. And I see you brought an A-rank bracer along with you. Just what do you intend to do with us? A-rank bracer? I didn't realize it before, but that's Beauty's blade. Damn it, you're working with those two all along. Just so we're clear, I'm not actually here on bracer business. But I also can't very well ignore an infamous counterfeiter and her accomplices. I filmed your entire conversation earlier on my Zypha as evidence. Hey, we have a client that just wants his mirror back. You know, mirror you swindled out of. What do you think, Miss Sweet Old Lady? Mind handing it over without a fuss? every single time. Don't get uppity with me, you little brats. Stalking other people and taking footage of them without their permission, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. There it is, her world-famous tongue lashing. My ears, they can't take it. Jeez, you're loud. And when do you get off lecturing us anyway, you're all bad? I'm guessing that means you're not going to agree on our terms then. Oh, you think you've just won because you brought an A-rank bracer along with you? I've got through scenarios like this more times than you can count. You really think I wouldn't be prepared for this? Come on, boys. It's feeding time. She tamed those monsters? I don't think so. Their movement is erratic compared to wild monsters. I bet she just messed with their brains. She must have embedded the device for receiving command signals or something. I remember seeing a report on a similar case in the documents we got from Van. I think it was about how Zect arms modified monsters so they could use shard skills. That's right, I bought these pups from Zect Arms. They're trial-enhanced military monsters. You two, get in there. Teach those damn brats a lesson they won't soon forget. Right, we're on it. Hey, all she got is 2 kids on our side. We got monsters. Even Beauty's blade is no match for these odds. That might be true, if these were actually just any kids. It's fine by me if they don't know what they're up against. It just means less effort on our side. Well, at least to save us time spent arguing. Let's take them down.
Look out! There's so many of them!
Just try and take me. Fine, let's play.
Try and take you?
I want a boost here.
No try, it's just do.
Do your worst.
Okay.
We should go on the attack.
Slow or just totally demoralize them?
What's the matter?
Might as well just put them down to pasture.
One steel coming right up.
Get those boots on the ground, service bears. Such to be done. And finish! What the?
This is pretty good hands.
Slice them to bits, Blade Lady!
Okay, and then we can perfectly take care of them this way.
Seriously? You're screwed. I won't show any mercy. Activating skill.
Too slow.
Let's do this.
That's it.
I didn't think they'd be so strong. I mean, it makes sense for her, but those kids are a nightmare too. Well, there wasn't much of a fight, so now we just have to decide how to deal with... Oh, come on, you nitwits. You remember what we planned, right? Right. Got it. What the... You're kidding. They're really gonna make her run for it after all that? I've heard that she's known for her speedy getaways. I guess it's true after all. Not that I intend to let her go, of course. Let's move. Right. Gotcha. How come it's just us that get caught? There's no way the boats could be that fast, right? Now we better see to catching that woman. I suppose I don't mind taking care of some old biddy. Leave it to me. I guess those 2 idiots got themselves captured already. Oh, as long as there's still ground beneath my feet, there's always somewhere for me to run. I'll just find another region to hide in until things blow over. Oh, I know you really like talking to yourself, lady, but you might want to watch where you're going. Oh, what is this? The jig's up. Turn yourself in. Damn. Fine, how about this? I'll give your client back all his mirror. In fact, I'll pay his fee for hiring you too. I'll even pay back every single mirror of the 30,000 we took from you too. Good deal, huh? We can put this whole thing behind us. That doesn't sound too bad. But unfortunately for you, Spriggan aren't in the business of making friends with villains. Plus, I believe our clients specifically asked us to take you, what for? Swin, Naya, and Elaine took Makisa and the two men they captured back above ground. Makisa was forced to pay back the 30,000 Mira Swin had paid earlier. They then called up their client to help decide how best to deal with the captured counterfeiters. You guys are really something. I can't believe you even caught the ringleader. Sounds like she's pretty famous for this sort of thing. Should we turn her over to the police? Oh, you fool. Hand us over to the police and you'll be found guilty too. That's why I offered to return your mirror in exchange for letting us go. If that's too hard for you to swallow, then you can forget about ever getting a single mirror back from me. What an attitude. You don't feel even the slightest bit of regretful, do you? Well, refunding his mirror wouldn't be enough to absolve you of your crimes. Anyhow, I refuse to overlook what you've done. Well, the original request did ask us to rake the culprits over the coals. But given that our client here at the moment, we should probably let them decide how to deal with them. How to deal with them? Any suggestions? Well, the guild could always turn them over to the police for you. We've been well aware of this woman's extensive criminal record for a while now. Getting her off the streets will be more than optimal solution. Plus, I'm fairly certain we could talk to the police into bringing even more severe charges against her. You can do that? Actually, now that I get a good look at you, aren't you Elaine Claire? How's it feel to be famous, Blade Lady? The real issue is what comes after we turn them in. The guild is prioritizing the safety of the civilians. It's our duty as bracers. Given that you were a victim of fraud, we should be able to push that angle to the police. Either way, we'll make sure they understand that you weren't at fault here, Ned, and that you needed to be interrogated. That being said, however, choosing to bring his to the police doesn't guarantee you get your money back, especially considering none of the other victims have filed for damages. Exactly, but keep in mind that this option does mean they'll be punished to the full extent of the law. I see. And though if you're not totally sold on them taking them to the police, you have another choice. Take them to Trion Mall Security Detail. Security Detail? Now that you mention it, I do remember Villas having some security guards on their payroll. Wait, does that mean their security firm is affiliated with the Marduk company? That's right. Let's just say I've been doing a little research on them lately. You see, Marduk regularly collects new data on criminals so they can use it to improve their systems. So instead of turning them over to the police, the security team will probably just make use of them back at the headquarters. Make use of us? What does that mean? I've heard rumors, but I didn't think Marduk would go that far. Well, if you go down that route, their security firm will probably compensate us for their negligence. But if you give them over to Marduk, they'll be back on the street once they're done with them. They're a high risk that they'll re-offend, so I don't think I can personally recommend that option. Hey, we shouldn't be trying to influence his decision. So those are my options. I guess I have a few things to think over. To be honest, I'd be satisfied with either option. I'm struggling with which one to pick. Mind telling me what you think? You're asking me? Well, I think each approach has their pros and cons. And in all honesty, even though I might want to go full in on the chaos bit to maybe get another chaos mare out of it. I don't know if that's a thing in part 2 as well. That might be an idea, because I use chaos mare as a base for my build for Van. Other than that, if I had to go with my baser instinct on which choice to pick, I would go with handing her over to the police and getting her off the street for a very long time. At her age, she might not even see daylight ever again, so I feel that would be the better option, definitely. Let's go with that for that, and we'll pick another job to go chaos on if we can. To the guild or to Marduk security? This time we'll give them to the guild. I kind of think it would be better to send them to the police through the guild though. You might not be able to get your mirror back, but at least they'll face their fair share of consequences. I see. It's settled then. I'll take your advice. Considering everything we just talked about, I'm sure there's plenty of others who fell victim to these con artists. It might be better if they're arrested so that the case can actually be investigated. Well, I say that, but my main reason for deciding to go to the police is because I know I'll be safe from interrogation. Either way, I think you've made the right choice. Aww, but the straight and narrow is so boring. You know this isn't the first or even second time I've been to prison, right? You better be ready when I get out of the slammer, because this old phoenix will rise again. And when that happens, the guild and the police will be right there to douse your fire. Let's head to the guild on Station Street. We can turn them in there. Yeah. And so, Swin's group went to Station Street, where they arrived at the Bracer Guild Edith branch. There they explained the scam involving the tPhones and revealed the footage that Elaine had captured using her Cypher. Megissa and her accomplices were then handed off to the guild to be summarily dealt with. Phew, am I glad that's over. Thanks for going through this trouble for me. Maybe I won't get my mirror back, but I feel loads better about the whole thing. Hey, we did nothing out of the ordinary, we only did what the guild would do. By the way, it seems they intend to seek out a harsher punishment for the scammers. It's just as I said they would. I'm certain they'll work with the police to make sure none of the victims see any repercussions. Well, it sounds like having the Blade Lady leading the charge helps smooth things over. Yeah, you know, I really think taking the honest path worked out for the best. Of course, I owe you guys the biggest thanks after all. If I hadn't put up that 4SPG, I thought I would have even considered going to the guild about it. Hey, it's no big deal. It's our job after all. Just to be clear, not to get swindled next time. It kinda come over as a easy mark. Right. I guess I'll be more careful. After seeing that off, Swin, Nadia and Elaine decided to get back to investigating the Orbital network interference.
I hope I was of assistance.
Quest defraud completed.
Mirror deposit confirmed.
Law. Even though when we accepted the quest it said 2 grey, 2 chaos, thinking that it would be just grey and chaos, instead a lot of law. Alright, I'll take it. Because I do wonder if we level it up enough, if we get something interesting for it. 5-4 SPG closed. Thank you. There's no other 4 SPG. I want to check out
Here I go.
one little thing.
Welcome.
Because we didn't ask her to sit on it. I don't know if this will do anything, probably not, but just to be safe. But
Welcome to the Treon Mall.
well, we finished up what that 4 SPG of ours, so we figured we'd come back to explain what happened, just like you asked. Oh, thanks for remembering. So, let's re-explain to Kaina about the tPhone scam as well as how they managed to solve it. I see. That sounds more complicated than I thought it would be. I'm impressed you all managed to solve it so quickly. I'm sure someone else will have to explain what happened to the front store. Actually, I should bring it up as well. I'll let them know it was only solved thanks to Arkride Solutions. Oh, I think maybe we could get a tPhone as thanks? Ignore her, she'll have to be happy with her Zypher for now. Understood. Hey, considering the price? Yes, if they are actually 20,000, that's not something you just give away. But I do like that they gave her unique text just because we remembered to report back, just like we said we would. Would have loved it more if we got like an extra points for doing exactly that. I'll take it. Alright. For now, I think I should leave it here. Considering we are relatively close to the end of our normal episode time, I think I will leave the Blacklight District for the next time. So we'll do our rounds when we get there and then continue on our investigation. And who knows, maybe when we get there we get a chance for another 4 SPG, and of course we'll pick it up then if that's the case, but we'll see that on the next one. So for now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are, and if you are still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time. So until then,
Good news, everyone.
bye bye.
Mission